Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something I think is seriously cool, a tool that completely changes the game for getting AI-generated images into your development workflow. We are talking about creating assets that are ready to go right from your command line. All right, let's get into it. So, if you're a developer, I'm going to bet this whole scenario feels painfully familiar. You need a quick asset for your project, right? A logo, an icon, whatever. You come up with a great prompt, but the actual process of getting that image from the AI into your project is, well, it's a whole thing.
I mean, think about the steps. You're opening up a web UI, typing in your prompt, downloading the image, then you got to open it up in an image editor, painstakingly remove the background, save it, find it in your downloads folder, and then finally move it into your project. It's so much context switching, and it just completely pulls you out of your flow.
But what if you could just get rid of all of that and do it in one single line in your terminal? Well, that is exactly what nano-banana-2-skill is for. It's a command line tool that just streamlines this entire process, so you can generate and prep your images without ever leaving the console.
Look how simple this is. You just type the command, tell it what you want, in this case, a robot mascot character. That little T flag tells it you want a transparent background, and .o lets you name the output file. And boom, a perfect, high-quality PNG named mascot.png lands right in your project folder.
Now that transparency feature, that's the real magic here. Getting a clean, production-ready asset without a background is just a massive time saver. So how does it pull off that perfect cutout, without that annoying green fringe you sometimes get?
It's a really clever three-step pipeline happening under the hood. First, it tells the AI to generate the image on a solid green screen. Then, it uses a powerhouse tool, FFmpeg, to key out all that green. And it also does this crucial step called despilling. Finally, it uses another tool, ImageMagick, to just auto-crop all the extra transparent space around the edges. So, what even is despill? You know how when you remove a green screen, sometimes the very edge of your subject has this faint green glow? That's called spill. Despilling is the process that mathematically figures out the true color of those edge pixels and removes that green contamination. It's the secret sauce that makes the final image look so clean.
Okay, so we've got this powerful tool, but one of the first things you notice is just how fast it feels. It's so snappy and responsive. And that's no accident. The whole thing is built on a modern JavaScript runtime called Bun. And to really get why this tool is so great, we have to look at what makes Bun so special. So as the official site says, Bun is designed from the ground up to be this all-in-one toolkit. It's not just a runtime like Node.js. It's also your package manager, your test runner, and your bundler, all baked into one and optimized for just incredible speed. And when we talk about speed, we really mean it. Just look at this chart. Running Bun install can be over 30 times faster than using NPM or Yarn. That's because of some really smart engineering, like a global cache, that just adds up to a massive quality of life boost for any developer. And the raw runtime performance is just as impressive. In a simple server test, Bun handles almost 60,000 requests per second. That is more than double its closest competitor and a whopping 3 times the performance of Node.js.
It's the same story with WebSockets. Bun's built-in server can handle over 2.5 million messages a second. It is just leagues ahead of everything else. This obsession with performance is exactly why tools built on Bun, like nano-banana, feel so incredibly fast.
But here's the most important part. Bun isn't just about speed. It's about making everything feel cohesive. This table shows you all the tools you'd normally have to install and configure yourself. Things like TypeScript support, a test runner, a bundler. They're just built right in. This gets rid of so much complexity and just creates a much more integrated developer experience.
And speaking of that integrated experience, that philosophy extends to how you can actually use the tool itself. See, nano-banana-2-skill isn't just a command line tool, it was actually designed with 2 use cases in mind, giving you a lot of flexibility.
So on one hand, you can use it as a standalone CLI. That's perfect for things like automation, scripting, or plugging it into your CI/CD pipeline. But on the other hand, you can use it as a Claude Code skill, which basically turns the tool into an assistant you can talk to with natural language right from inside your editor.
So in practice, instead of remembering all the specific flags and syntax, you can just type what you want in plain English. You could ask Claude to make me a pixel art treasure chest with transparency, and it'll figure out and run the right nano-banana command for you. It's all about reducing friction.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a minute. A fast image generation tool is useful, sure, but why are we really talking about this? What's the bigger story? Well, it's about a pretty fundamental shift in how developer tools are being built. This tool, nano-banana-2-skill,
is a perfect example of this new wave. It's fast, it's focused, and it's deeply integrated into the developer workflow. And this is all made possible by an underlying platform like Bun that prioritizes that incredible performance and that all-in-one cohesive experience.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? We just saw how this approach can transform something as specific as generating assets. So as these powerful all-in-one toolkits like Bun continue to get even better, what's the next tedious multi-step process in your daily workflow that's about to get simplified down to a single command? It's something to think about. Thanks for watching.